Now, here's the thing. I haven't been watching many cartoons while on hiatus.
Nope.
So we don't really have anything to recap.
Well, there hasn't been any new Stevens, and there hasn't been any
Well, there
new
actually
Adventure
have been
Cars.
since we recorded, but, like, right after we recorded. Like, we haven't talked about Last One Out of Beach City.
Oh, yeah, we didn't. I guess it's just been such a long time. Like,
Yeah,
is there a
it
point?
feels like it's been too far removed. It was very, very good. Like, it's everybody's favorite episode. Here's something I do want to talk about, and we are going to talk about this show in its entirety once the season is finished.
Right.
But if you are not on this tip yet, the new heat in anime right now is Yuri on Ice.
Yes.
It's must-see stuff. Like, we've talked about, we talked about the show when it was first announced. It is a sports anime about, figure skating.
Male figure skaters.
It's called that not because lesbians are kissing on ice, but because two of the figure skater boys are named Yuri. One is Japanese, one is Russian. And it is directed by Sayo Yamamoto of Michiko and Hachin and Woman Called Fujiko Mine fame, as well as working on all of, Watanabe stuff.
Yeah.
And it is fucking phenomenal.
It makes me happy.
The only thing I have to say in criticism of it is that Crunchyroll subs are awful.
Yeah, I mean,
part of it is that, like, they did them in an hour.
Yeah, they do it really fast. What in particular are you upset about?
It's just, it feels really stiff and literal. Like, there's a lot of things that come out of, Yuri P's mouth that is like, a punk kid wouldn't be talking this properly.
I don't know, he's a punk Russian kid.
Or like the thing where he's like, my Eros is a pork cutlet bowl, and then when he's running, he's like, the line was, they totally think my ideas are way too immature. It's just a stiff line.
Yeah.
I just feel like it could be localized better, and hopefully there will be better subs as a.
Well, that's kind of just the trend in subbing right now, is to be very, very literal.
I hate it.
People don't like
it's
it.
happening just as I'm starting to, like, consciously appreciate localization more and more.
Yeah, and also, I've watched enough anime that I can understand enough, like, very simple, basic phrases where I can see what they're trying to do with the translation, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Why?
Anyway, talk about the good about the show. First of all, in an era of anime where kind of nothing is well animated anymore,
Yeah.
it is staggeringly well animated, where it counts. And like, it's staggeringly well animated where it counts and is well animated all the time.
Right.
There's no parts where it looks like dump. But when the
there's
figures
some parts where there is some corners cut sometimes, but it definitely looks far and beyond what most shows nowadays look like.
Yeah, and it's not egregious when it happens. It's certainly not like what we see in Ace Attorney.
Oh god, no.
But the figure skating scenes are so gorgeous. At least, I fundamentally don't understand how they were storyboarded.
Well, they have a choreographer.
They have a choreographer, but, like, you still need to storyboard that shit.
Well, the choreographer, he created the routines. I mean, I'm assuming Yamamoto and the other writers, told him, like, what kind of thing it needed to be thematically, and then he made them, and then skated them, and I guess they filmed it.
Yeah, do you think they watched a film like Golden Age Disney?
Probably.
Instead of a storyboard?
How else would you do that? How else would you animate figure skating if you couldn't watch film reference of it?
Yeah, because you can't storyboard it, because they would have had to have drawn every frame in the storyboard, because there's so much movement in it. And then they would have just shipped off the storyboards to be colored.
And there's no precedent for that kind of thing, so you would have to have a direct reference.
Yeah, I have to imagine it's like Golden Age Disney where they made a film. And also just the writing is really fantastic. I mean, true to the name as well is that, the thing with sports animes, especially recently, is that they've been really, really queer-baity.
Right.
This is shaping up to be, and I haven't seen the newest episode as of time of recording. I've only seen the first 3. Nina has seen the 4th one.
Yeah.
It is shaping up to be canonically, explicitly gay.
And for me, it's not queer-baity because the themes are inherently queer. There's a lot about, like, self-discovery and self-love and, like,
playing around with,
playing around with conventions and playing around with your identity and who you are and who you want to be.
Yeah. I do think that if they don't actually sink the landing and, like, have characters be, at least some characters be gay, the backlash is going to be pretty devastating, but the show is, even without that,
I think they will, because Sayo Yamamoto has had queer characters before in A Woman Named Fujiko Mine, so it's not unprecedented for her.
Yeah, I have a lot of faith that it will happen, but the thing is, the show works even without that promise of, like, these boys are gonna kiss. Even without that promise dangling over us, the things that this show does as a piece of writing are so phenomenal. Like, Yuri Katsuki, I believe his last name, is a very fascinating character.
He's so relatable.
He's so extremely... To me, too.
He's a chubby boy.
That's... Okay.
That too.
Okay, that too.
I liked that he was a chubby boy. He was cute. And I liked how when they animated him doing Victor's routine, they didn't just, like, kind of draw over what they already drew. Like, they actually animated it differently. Like,
they did need to draw it twice, yeah.
They did draw it twice because it looked like a different performance. It was the same moves, but the way that Yuri did it was different than the way that Victor did it. It was, like, really amazing.
In episode 3, when Yuri P is working on his agape thing, and, like, we see him do the same moves over and over again as he's practicing it. But somehow they get the different emotion. They get that is conveyed so subtly in his motions, in animation. It's phenomenal!
It's good stuff. I'm gonna watch it again.
It's fundamentally very, very important stuff.
Yeah, thank you for listening to this kind of rough around the edges comeback of our show.
We want to continue.
Not sure what we're doing, but
yeah, we might start doing, like, more guests. We might start looking for a third person, but we want to keep doing the show. We had so much fun doing it for those. Was it 2 years? It was 2 years, and we stepped away from it for 2 months, and, like, we want to do it again.
Yeah.
First of all,
I want to give it another try. It was hard for me to come back. And I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about everything, but I might as well try, right?
Absolutely. So, our plan is to go back to a weekly schedule with this show. Next week, we are going to talk about SpongeBob SquarePants. Something that I would have expected we would have had more to lead up to, but then Nina and I remembered, we've seen the first 3 seasons, every episode of those, a million times.
Yeah. So why not? Let's talk about it.
And the thing is that the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is leaving Netflix on the 1st of November, and that I've only seen once or twice. So we're going to watch that again, but, like, it's like what we did with, like, Recess and some other stuff. We're going to center it around I don't even think we have to center it around the movie as much, because we remember the whole show. Like, I'm going to refresh myself on some stuff. So, we're doing that. And then, no date on this one, but Courage the Cowardly Dog is also leaving Netflix on November 24th. And it seems like the time to watch it and talk about it.
And we'd also like to do Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah.
Because it's really good.
We'll probably do that after SpongeBob, I'm going to say. We'll do that after SpongeBob.
Yeah, because we don't want to do too many of one thing at the same time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everybody who stuck with us. We had a lot of support pour in. People asking how we were doing, if we were okay during this hiatus. Nobody getting up on our fucking gooch about it, which was very nice.
It's very interesting, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're okay. It's a lot of stuff has happened, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Nina moved out. Nina has her first adult apartment.
I finished my thesis, I moved out, there's family shit and personal shit and, I don't know, just a lot of stuff. I don't know, we're still figuring stuff out. I don't feel like we're 100% back. I don't feel the same way I did back when we were in our zone, but...
Yeah, this is something of a transitional period.
The dark ages of the Toon Goons.
Hopefully not. Hopefully people enjoyed this.
Hopefully, I don't know.
If you want to contact us, just search the Toon Goons on Google. We're on, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook,
YouTube, which we have to figure out. now.
Yeah. Yeah, Tooch finished all the
SoundCloud,
stuff before his head
iTunes.
chopped off. And you can email us at thetoongoons@gmail.com. And yeah, that's been our show. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. I've been Nicky.
I've been Nina.
Tooch is dead. And thank you for tuning in.